If you go out and you buy this $400,000 house right here with a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, what that means is you could potentially lock in a house with $2,500 a month in payments for the next 30 years. But that's not what ends up happening to a lot of people. What happens to a lot of people is they hear the good news that your home is no longer worth $400,000. Now your house is worth $500,000. And then what do people do? They go out and refinance. Now, if mortgage rates go up or down, it doesn't really matter. What ends up happening to a lot of people is instead of paying $2,500 a month, now you start paying $2,800 a month. You gave yourself a rent hike because every time the home goes up in value, you start to refinance. But maybe even you don't wait until the home goes up in value. Maybe the home is still only worth $400,000. And yes, I'm using only relatively. You buy this house worth $400,000. It doesn't go up in value. But what you do is you start paying down the debt. And as you start paying down the debt, now you use the money here that's in your equity to refinance again. And now your payments go up again because the economy changes, things change, and now you go from being 5 years away from being debt-free to now starting the 30-year mortgage process all over again. Yes, you can use refinancing strategically, but most people are getting stuck in their own mortgage hike game because they keep pulling money out, they keep refinancing and not taking advantage of that fixed rate mortgage because you can lock in your monthly payment for the next 30 years and never have to worry about rent hikes again if you stick with your mortgage payment. Mistake number 2 is you treat your house like a checkings account. We covered this in Market Briefs, which is my free financial newsletter, but you're starting to see more of these HELOC credit cards, a home equity line of credit card, which is essentially a way for you to spend money based off of how much equity you have in the house. So you buy this house for $400,000, you've been making payments on it, and now you have $100,000 worth of equity, and it's just sitting there. Well, what some people are starting to do is they're saying, don't let that money just sit there, use it, spend it. Take this credit card and go out and start shopping at Gucci, go out and buy the extra guac. Well, that defeats the whole purpose of paying off your house and owning an asset free and clear because now you have taken the value of the asset and spent it on Gucci and now you're paying interest on that as well. By the way, if you haven't joined Market Briefs yet, Market Briefs is my free financial newsletter where every day my team is breaking down what's happening in things like the economy, the housing market, the stock market, the crypto market, and the global economy into a fun and witty and easy to read newsletter. You can read it in less than 5 minutes every morning, and we have hundreds of thousands of investors that read Market Briefs every morning. So if you have not joined yet, I got the link for you to join down in the description below. Here's why this matters. Your house is only worth what somebody else is willing to pay. So you buy this house for $400,000, you build $100,000 worth of equity, and now you start spending that equity. Well, what happens if we start to see home prices fall? Because we have seen that happen before. And now if you can't sell your house for say $400,000, now you can be in trouble because you've spent a lot of your equity. If your home value drops down to, let's say, $300,000, but now you owe a $300,000 mortgage plus a $20,000 home equity line of credit, now you're underwater. You don't have enough collateral to pay off that debt. And if you can't make the payments, well, now you're really in trouble. And this is why I always say your house should be treated like a liability. Treat it like a liability. If it makes you money, great, but don't use it as a way to fund your lifestyle. Mistake number 3 is you treat your mortgage payment like an investment deposit. Here's what a lot of people think. If I go out and I buy this $400,000 house and my mortgage payments are $2,500 a month, this $2,500 a month is building me wealth. This is money that I'm investing because I'm investing this money into buying my house. I'm investing this money into my equity. So this is an asset. It's an investment. So I don't have to keep investing my money into the stock market. I don't have to keep investing my money into buying rental properties. This money, my mortgage payment, is my investment. And that is a major lie. So here's the thing. Banks are smart. If they're lending you money for 30 years, the bank doesn't want to have to wait for 30 years to get paid. So what they do is front load their mortgages. That means when you pay this $2,500 a month, half of this is not going to principal and half of this is not going to interest. What happens at the beginning is they front load their mortgages, which means most of this money is going to the bank in the form of interest and a little bit is going to principal. And it isn't until very far into your loan that you actually start to see the majority of your mortgage payment go towards the principal balance of your mortgage. Take a look at this amortization calculator. So let's assume that you get a $400,000 loan, you lock it in for 30 years at a 7% mortgage rate. Year one, $27,800 is going to interest and only $4,000 is going to principal. And it kind of stays like that until you're 21 in the mortgage. You're 21 in this mortgage is when you finally are paying more money towards your principal balance than you are your interest. For the first 20 years of your 30-year mortgage, more than half of your mortgage payment is going directly into your banker's pocket with interest. This is how I want you to think about your mortgage payment being an expense, because this is money going into your banker's pocket with interest. Sure, eventually if you pay it off, you have a paid off house, but this is not the way that wealthy people build wealth. Wealthy people build wealth by buying stocks, by buying rental properties. These are things that you're buying for the sole purpose of making money. This is what you're buying for the purpose of making memories. Nothing bad with owning a house. Yes, you can make money with owning a house, but it's not guaranteed. You're buying it with the goal of making memories, but if you buy it with the intention of this being a liability, you're gonna buy it with a smarter mind. And now you're not gonna go broke because you bought this house. If you enjoyed this clip and you wanna continue your financial education journey, I have another video that I think you'll love. All you gotta do is click that button right over there. And for those of you who wanna stay up to date on the top finance and business news, you can join Market Briefs, my free financial newsletter, by clicking that button below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.